All right, back here on the Brook Hill podcast, and an episode I've been looking forward to. My man, Chris Jordan here. Chris, how are you?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Good.
It's interesting because different people have different attitudes when they come on this thing, right? Some people are nervous, some people are very serious. And as I was making my notes, I was like, I don't need any notes. We're just going to talk, right?
You know how I get down. So
We're just going to talk.
Yeah.
So your title, your official title, assistant head of school over student life.
Yep.
Coach football as well.
Yep.
People know that about you, but I want to take some time to get to know you. Talk a little bit about growing up, where you grew up, kind of how you got to the point to where not the whole story, but how'd you get to where you are today? How did Chris Jordan become Chris Jordan?
Man, that's complex, bro. That's like gonna be a whole another podcast.
We need another hour, huh?
Nah, but let me first start just acknowledging my wife, my biggest cheerleader, our heartbeat of our family. She is incredible. My wife Rachel, and my kids. They're the reason I am who I am.
Yeah.
So we have a beautifully blended family of 7 children.
Yeah.
And 3 of them go here, 3 of them are adults, and then the baby, she's the boss. So you want to know who I am? That's who I am, my kids, right? My love for my family, that's what gets me up every day. Obviously, they're second to Jesus, right?
Yeah.
But my background, man, my roots are in Memphis, Tennessee. Man, I cut my teeth there. Only place I've ever lived before moving to East Texas. And I grew up in an environment that some would call challenging, high crime. You know, it's high poverty, gang activity everywhere. But I'm grateful for it because, you know, in that, I truly believe God used those circumstances to shape and to craft who I am, right?
Sure.
So I learned resilience. I learned how to grind. I learned grit, you know, in those circumstances. So I'm thankful for it.
Let me ask you about that because you mentioned your family. First off, the 2 boys, they get their energy from you, right?
They do.
I got to be around those guys at a volleyball game not too long ago, and they were busy.
Cannon and Cash. There was a prophetic word at the church that we belonged to back home. They called them Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah.
When they were in Rachel's belly.
That's it. They are full of life. I love it.
Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. It's Fire and Ice. That's what it is. Fire and Ice.
Fit. We'll go with all of it, right? We'll go with
but the
all
other
of
one's
it.
fit though.
Yeah. But you mentioned your background and growing up the way you did, and I'd have to think too, because let me back up even further. I think that a lot of times people think that to be a great dad, to be a great this, you kind of got to have that example growing up, and I think that helps.
Yeah.
But also, you growing up like that probably makes you appreciate being a better father today. Not your father, but just that situation, right? You want better for your kids. You want to do things better, and those tough times make you appreciate when they're not tough.
Absolutely. Yeah. It truly shifts your perspective when you come out of the fire, right?
Yeah.
While I'm in it, we were just trying to make it. Trying to figure out where the next meal was going to come from. You know, my mom did the best she could. You know, she's working 2-3 jobs, and we were left to our own devices, me and my brothers. But once you come out of it, like you recognize and you realize, whoa, like that was, first of all, God's hand was on us, right? Because a lot of people don't make it out. You know what I mean? A lot of people. I've been at a lot of funerals. I've visited friends in jail. Like a lot of people don't make it out of our circumstances. So I truly recognize that it was only God the reason we got out.
And one of the avenues for you was football.
Absolutely.
Right? Played at the University of Memphis.
Yep.
And now you're still impacting people with football. Talk about the impact. I know we don't talk about football forever, but football has made an impact on who you are and how you impact kids today.
That's what God used to save me, to get my attention to him. I remember I got in trouble a whole lot in high school and middle school also. And the same thing was said between my teachers, my coaches, and the principals. If you would just get your act together, you got a chance to go do something with football.
Yeah.
And that's what God used ultimately to shift, my perspective. Like, oh, I can do something with this. But the game is such a depiction of life, right? There's no other game like football. There's so much physicality. You get knocked down, and you have to make a conscious choice to get back up and to do it again the next play. And that's life, man. So through that, I've learned a lot of things that I didn't learn in the classroom on the field and in practice. And, and our coaches, that's what we do as coaches. Like we're trying to prepare kids for their next level of life, and that's what my coaches did for me, especially in high school.
Yep.
High school probably had more of an impact on me than college did.
Right.
But the college grind was different too.
I think most people would say that. I know in my life, I can look back at pivotal moments for me was my high school coaches being a part of things that when I felt like nobody else did or nobody else cared,
Yep.
and I knew those guys did, it's what made me want to do what I do.
Exactly.
And for you, you're sitting there 2 decades later, and you're in education still. Talk about what your decision was to get an education and why that was so important to you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Names. Miss Coughlin, my kindergarten teacher, Mr. Clark. I don't know if Mr. Clark was a teacher or a principal. He was just always yelling. He was always in the hallway, and I was always in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
you knew him.
But what he did though was show me that he cared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't throw me away. And then the same, Mr. Hooker was my principal. In middle school, I got suspended a lot, but he would never give up on me. And then Ms. Wynn Wright, she's a redhead. She's a firecracker. Shout out to Ms. Wright. She also was one that just wrapped her arms around me and wouldn't give up on me. And then my head coach, John Cooley, he was the same way. So that impacted me in such a way that I wanted to do that for other kids. Man, I had so much going on in my life, man. I was a wreck. I had abandonment issues. I was struggling. I was drowning. And those people just wouldn't quit on me, right? So, and that's the reason I do what I do now.
I think people who go through those things, and I'm hearing you talk, and I'm like, man, I get it. I know what you're saying. And everybody's different levels. And I think people don't understand the impact you can have on a kid because I think at Brook Hill, it's easy to say, well, our kids have it good. They have this. Yeah, in a lot of ways they do.
Yeah.
They're still teenage kids.
No doubt.
They still deal with things even worse than when you and I were teenagers. I tell our kids all the time, I don't understand how you can be a teenager today.
No
in
doubt.
2025,
Ooh.
It's got to be tough. But the ability to be real with people, and that's what I appreciate about you, is I know you're real with kids. And a lot of times people are like, I wish you wouldn't say that. But you know what? Sometimes you have to.
It's the only way I know
Sometimes they have to know that. And so the ability to be real with kids can be so impactful. Forget about sports, forget everything else, but just in a moment to be able to say, hey, man, look, I know you're dealing with this, but it doesn't matter. You gotta get through it.
Yeah. Well, I think it illustrates God's power. He finds us, meets us where we are in the wilderness, and you find out his strength, and you find out what grace really means, right? It's not this clean, cookie-cutter life of you don't make mistakes. And when kids, you can be transparent and say, listen, man, this is what I did. And you ain't even close to the level of mistakes that I made. God brought me out. That's not endorsing for you to go out and act a fool. Yeah. But what it does show you is that only through his redemption can we do anything, right?
Yeah.
And he redeemed somebody like me. I know he got you also. So transparency is the only way I know how to operate.
Well, and I think it's important too because it's funny in conversations I've had with kids over the last decade here, and I'm sure you in the same way. People see you today and they think, "What's Chris talking about? He went through all this stuff. Like he doesn't look like that today." But it's what you're saying. It's like, hey, look, yeah, and I still remember it. Like you still remember the things you went through,
absolutely,
but also know where I'm at now,
yeah.
And it's completely different. And the ability to do that, and I know in Memphis and in Bullard, Texas, it's a different dynamic.
Very.
Right? but it's still the same God. It's
no
still
doubt.
the same life that you've lived.
Absolutely.
Talk about your transition, and I'm not just talking about the move, but the similarities and the differences you see in what you've been able to do in Memphis and what you're able to do here so far.
Yeah, you said it. Like problems are problems. Issues are issues. An absentee father is the same whether he's physically there or he's not, right? You can be somewhere present in the physical, but still not be connected spiritually or emotionally. And, there's a lot of absentee fathers where I grew up, and versus what I've seen so far, there's a lot of support by dads here. So issues are issues. They're and just the approach to them is a little bit different just because the dynamic's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, what I think what we need to convey is that God is with us through all of it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Memphis or whether I'm in Bullard. But it is the geographical location is there's a different kind of intensity in that approach and in that vein in Memphis because it's a lot more. And I've only been in Tyler and Bullard for about 5 months now. But that level of intensity, there's a different set of problems in Memphis. So it's a different approach, right?
I do kind of laugh, and you're right. I laugh when people say, man, like I said a minute ago, Brook Hill, there's no problems. Yeah, there are.
There are.
There are.
There are.
And you can see them walk in the hall, and you can listen to them talk, and you know that. And I think it's important. You mentioned absentee fathers, and I don't want to go deep here. I feel like we're headed down this road. I don't want to go there, right? But
it's good.
Man, when you grow up as a male and there's just a piece that's missing.
Yeah.
It made me, and I think for you too, it made me want to make sure that if I found a kid who needed that,
no doubt,
I was going to make sure they had what they needed.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what drives me with a lot of what I do, man.
Yeah.
And it's not just the guys, but the ladies too. They all deal with those things. Talk about that because, man, I think, man, sometimes your biggest lesson is learning failure.
Yeah.
And not even your own.
No doubt.
From other people.
No doubt.
And you watch people and you're like, nope, never doing that.
Yep.
And that's in everything we do, but especially when we're talking about helping raise young men.
Yeah. It for one, when your father's not there, it distorts your view of who our Father is. It distorts their view of God for us, which is, that's hard, right? And I've seen a lot of kids, especially when I first came out of college, my heart was to be in the inner city, right? I didn't want to just be confined to the classroom. I knew I was going to teach, but I also wanted to be in the streets, right? That's where I came from. And it's a lot of absentee fathers, right? And so you see these voids. And it just, there's so many things that, and listen, my dad and I have a great relationship now, right? And that's a whole nother set of circumstances. And he and I love my dad. That's the big homie. And he's taught me a lot, however, there was a time when it was just me and my mom, what I'm saying? Yeah. And I did miss some things. And it was important for me to make sure that my kids, whenever I had them, weren't going to miss some things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just think it's imperative that when we can stand in the gap as coaches, as educators, as men, man, it goes a long way. It's just something about when a man is sold out for Christ, for one. Yeah. When a man is doing and living in the element that God has called them to, man, that's a shape shift. That is a game changer, right? And so, but when you don't have that, though, it's detrimental. I know that was a mouthful, but
and it affects a lot of other things we haven't hit on yet, right? As a husband,
no doubt.
As a coach, right? Like, how do you learn to lead people and discipline the way they have to be disciplined in love, right? How do you treat your wife, right? And if you don't grow up seeing somebody treat your mother that way, or like it's, man, you do so many things that how do I figure it out? Yeah. Well, you figured it out with the Lord, right? No. So you're growing up in Memphis and you're dealing with this stuff. I don't want to say how you found the Lord because he found you, but how does that come to be, right? Like, how do you get to that point?
The faith journey. So it started as a kid. My mom drug us to church every time the doors open, mainly because we went to my uncle's church, my Uncle Sam's church. So we had to do that. By default, we had to show up. But my mom, my granny, they were prayer warriors. And so what they did was just wanted to make sure we at least knew about God, right? So it wasn't until the latter years of college, though, when I actually had an encounter with Christ, when I learned who he is and not just about him, right? And that came in that season of life, man. I was at my junior year of college, and on every aspect of my life, I faced betrayal, right? Betrayal that almost broke me. And I knew about Judas growing up, but when you're going through it,
it's different.
It hits different. So every aspect, I was betrayed. And so it took me to a place of brokenness and darkness that I had never experienced. Another thing, I had a physical response to things growing up. Mm-hmm. I was a fighter. Is that all right to say on this podcast?
Oh, yeah. Okay, good,
man. I grew up fighting, right?
Yeah.
And so when this betrayal hit, man, it took me to a place that scared me. So in that moment, I had, I remember like it was yesterday, I was laying on my apartment floor, man. I had just reached a breaking point and was about to do something stupid. And I just remember screaming and crying out to God. I was on the floor, like punching, screaming, kicking, and basically to this effect is what I said. If you are who you say you are, then you're gonna have to show up in this moment. And it was the first time in my life I had ever heard his voice. And he's like, okay. Now let me take over.
Yeah.
And my life changed forever. Like after that moment.
It's funny because once again, in this Brook Hill world that a lot of people are in, you don't see that, right?
Yeah.
It's the buttoned up, like I grew up in church and I prayed a prayer when I was 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And that's not the story for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the same God who saved those people at 8 or 9 in a Sunday school room are there with you on that apartment floor.
No doubt.
And you're absolutely right. It's not you testing God. It's God finally saying, okay, now, Chris, now you get it.
Yeah.
Now you understand who I am.
Yeah, get out the way. Like you don't control anything. You think you do, but you don't. I got all this. Now, the fact that you're realizing it now, good for you. Yeah. Now you're going to let me be who I am.
Took you long enough, Chris.
Yeah, put me in my proper, prioritize me the right way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the rest is history, man, because you do that every day. One of the things I love about you being here as the head of school or student life is watching you interact with our kids. And you get to do it in a fun way because you don't have to be in the classroom.
Yeah.
You don't have to go in there and.
I did that for 17 years.
Yeah. But now you get to do, I want to say the fun stuff because you can do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But you get to lead in a different way and you get to have an impact in different ways. Talk about what your job here has helped you see about maybe yourself and how you can help people in ways you didn't know.
Yeah. Man, for one, the opportunity to get to do what we do every day, I don't think people realize how precious, special, important, impactful that is. To get to preach the gospel daily, you get to do life on life with these kids every day and freely lead them to Christ. Man, dog, I'm in heaven, bro. It's incredible that we get that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go back to what your question was because I got lost thinking about Christ.
No, I'm just thinking like you get to do it in a different way now because you've been in the classroom, you've been on the field, but now as the assistant at school over student life, you're getting to come up. Your job now is to find new ways to push kids that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So Braxton has done an incredible job with the guard groups and the house system. So you're right. I get to try to incorporate new ways to further what he's already put, in place. So that it excites me, and we got a lot of things on the horizon. What I had to do first was just kind of get in. I didn't want to just come in and just start doing stuff. I wanted to meet people, understand, their language. I need to get to know the kids. I like knowing people's names, right? Even though I don't call them their names. Everybody has nicknames. I'll give everybody nicknames. But I would rather cultivate the relationship first.
Right.
And in that, then they'll follow my lead.
Sure.
Then they'll trust what I'm saying. I think they're getting to that place now to where they're like, oh, like there's something to this guy. Yeah. I've had some students come by my office. They're like, hey, can you tell me about what you talked about in chapel? And I'm like, sure. But I'm not going to give you this, cookie cutter by the book, gummy bear type response. Now it's going to be raw and it's going to be real, but it's going to be biblical, right? Because that's what the Bible is. Like that it's, man, look, man, there's some stuff in that Bible that's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to scare our kids, but it's real. We got a real enemy out there who wants to take their life, right? So it has to be real.
And we were talking a minute ago about this, man, the spiritual warfare our kids go through.
Oh, gosh.
We probably don't even know the extent of it.
Yeah.
But it's way beyond.
No doubt. Oh, my gosh.
I think back, man, just that when I look at kids and what they have to see online, like, I'm so thankful I didn't grow up in the social media age.
Yeah, you and me both.
I mean,
I wouldn't be sitting here if I did.
Yeah, they're good and bad in that, right? But no, man, it's unbelievable what that happens. All right, so you come from Memphis and you come to Bullard. I know the transition is night and day.
Yeah.
Right? But what have you seen here at Brook Hill that makes you say, this is where God wanted me to be?
For one, the response to me and my family.
Yeah.
It's been, it's cliche when people are like, oh my God, everybody's so welcoming. But like for real. There are daily things that God, first of all, the resounding yes we got from God, we wouldn't have been here if we didn't get that. But there's so many little things daily that just remind me that's like, yeah, this is it. And it's small things beyond just the words from other people, but just already seeing impacts, being able to impact kids, particular situations. And it's like God reminded me saying, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Like, this is why you're here. So it's a combination of a lot of things that show me that.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it's always easy, right? I mean,
Nah.
I had the same conversation with Braxton. I mean, you still moved your family,
Yes.
6-7 hours away.
Man, that is
I said 6-7. I didn't mean to do that.
six,
But I know.
7, like
I did not mean to do that.
no pun intended.
Yeah,
right?
not at all. But no, seriously, when you come here and you see Brook Hill, I know you came and visited last spring, I believe. You were here, or maybe I don't remember, but you came early last year. When you came to Brook Hill for the first time, what'd you think?
So when Braxton reached out to me, he explained what was in his brain, right? And I'm like, okay. But he kept saying, you just have to come here and see it. Like, you have to come experience this place. He's like, my words won't do it any justice. So I'm like, okay. My wife and I fly out here, and then we get here, and 30 minutes in, it's like, I get it. Like, I see, like, what he's saying now. And then we left, and my father-in-law lives in Frisco. We were on the way to Frisco, and we got about 30 minutes out, and my wife just looked at me and said, there's no way that you can say no to this job. Like, let's do it. And I'm like, why'd you say that? She's like, I get what he meant when he says you just have to feel it. So that it factor, I think God's presence is here. I think there's an anointing on this place. There's potential for the advancement of the kingdom at Brook Hill, unlike any place I've seen. Yeah. So it's that. It's
wild to me to hear you say that, because I think, and I've said this before many times, I think when you're here all the time, you kind of take that for granted.
Yeah.
Like, this is just where we come every day, like it is. And for somebody to come in and quickly know, like, something's different.
Yep.
It's incredible, because when you're back home in Memphis and you're working at Lausanne, wherever you're at, right? Like, you get the impact kids,
no doubt,
for God.
Yeah.
But you come here and it's like, now I get to freely do it. I get to talk about it all the time, anytime I want to. And the world's coming here.
So Lausanne is an incredible place. Incredible place. The head of school, Stuart McCarthy, good man, great leader. And it's diverse, and it's 80-something countries represented. It is a phenomenal place. But for me to actually get the opportunity to freely minister the gospel to our kids, that's the separator for me. I loved it there. I still love those people there. They are some of my best friends. McCarthy took me under his wing and trained. He saw something in me. The administration path wasn't in my plan. Yeah. Stuart sat me down and said, I see something in you, and this is the path I want you to go on. And he trained me up, and much respect to him for that. And that place is still a great place.
Yeah.
But it just, the fact that I get to freely, explicitly preach the gospels here, that's what the separator is for me.
And you get to send them good barbecue now, because now they get to know a good barbecue.
We ain't gonna get into that.
we won't go there today.
Listen, man, Memphis,
it's different.
Memphis is untouchable with food, man. Now, brisket, I will say, is the thing that Texas does better.
Okay, we can leave it alone. We can leave it alone.
The rest of it,
I'm good with that. If you can admit that, we're good. We can leave it alone. All right. Speaking of, I got 6 questions I always ask everybody, and some of them are serious, some of them are not. Okay, but we'll start here since we're talking about food. Anywhere in the world, I don't care where, you can only eat at one restaurant for the rest of your life. Where's it going to be?
Huey's, Memphis, Tennessee. That's an easy one.
What do they got? Never been there. What's the menu?
You just got to go there.
You just got to go. All right.
They got some seasoning there. Huey Burger, the Blues 57, the Texas, which is weirdly my favorite.
Okay.
Man,
it should have been assigned to you, Chris. That was your favorite. What was going to happen?
No doubt.
Okay, I'll put it down. All right. Favorite character in the Bible, but it can't be Jesus.
Peter.
Okay.
Peter, listen, spokesman, he's bold. He's a little impulsive, but Peter reminded me of me. Like cutting people's ear off.
I said the impulsive part, right?
Yeah, that part. I've been refined.
There you go. Well, thank you, Jesus, right? All right. I don't know if you're a golfer, Chris.
I'm not.
Okay.
Fire away.
I'm going to ask you. You get to play a round of golf, which you don't have to be any good. You can pick good golfers if you want to. You get to play a round of golf. Any 3 people in the history of the world. Who do you want it to be?
Tiger, because he's just incredible.
Well, you got to win. You got to be competitive.
Yeah. Probably, I'm trying to think of what football players play golf. Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He's a golfer.
That's fair.
That give me a chance to meet MJ. I don't know if Kobe played golf, but I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. R.I.P. to my guy Kobe.
You talking about the competitive group you're in right there.
Yeah.
MJ and Kobe together.
Listen, life is all about competition, man.
I'm with you. I want the competitive piece. I told Braxton the same thing. I want Barkley, right?
Ooh.
Number one, I think I might could beat him.
Well, you ain't going to beat him talking.
No, but he's fun.
No disrespect to Charles Barkley.
No, none at all. And if he's watching, shout out to us, right? But, at the same time, like, I watch Inside the NBA, right? I would love to play a round of golf with Shaq, Kenny, and Charles. We may never finish the round, but man, it'd be fun.
This is true.
It reminds me of the Capital One commercials that had Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson. Like, that'd be the perfect group to go on a road trip with. Maybe I should road trip this time. All right. You've mentioned some people that have impacted you, but what's the best piece of advice somebody ever gave you?
Ooh, man. My granny, R.I.P. to my granny, she would always say, literally, it's this simple. Trust God with everything you have. She'd always say that to me. Just trust him. Give it to him, is what she would always say.
I think back, you saying that makes me go back to you saying that your mom and granny made sure you were in church every Sunday, right? Yeah. And they were just prayer warriors. Here's the thing. They knew. You said it best. And I don't know if you caught this when you said it. You're like, they just knew they had to tell me who Jesus was.
No doubt.
And God would take care of the rest.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for people like that in my life too, that just told me who it was.
Man.
All right. I'm curious here. This could be a good question for you. Most famous contact in your phone right now.
Dang. It depends on who you know. So like D'Angelo Williams.
Okay. Yeah.
And we call him two. He was, when he was playing at the University of Memphis, he was, I think, 3rd overall in the history of college football in rushing. So he's behind Ricky Williams, I think. I think everybody in Texas know who Ricky Williams is.
We know Ricky. We don't claim him all the time, but we know him.
I don't know. Zach Randolph, Dan Lanning. I don't know. It depends on how famous you think those three are.
Braxton said Dan Lanning. I'm with that. Zach Randolph, Zebo, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, Zebo's kids went to Lausanne.
Okay.
Yeah, and got to know his family really well.
I'm guessing Lausanne's one of those schools in Memphis, complete side note here, where a lot of those athletes or more affluent people in Memphis may want to send their kids.
Yeah. We had a lot of Yo Gotti. I don't know if you heard the rapper Yo Gotti. His kids went there. Derrick Rose, his PJ went there. Zach's kids, they went there. It's pretty, but it's a mixed bag too. Yeah, like you get all types of kids at Lausanne. So
Google Zach Randolph. He's only played in the NBA for like 37 years. I think he's still playing. I don't know.
I think his contact is still in my. Our kids were in the same grade.
I tell you what though, D'Angelo's a good one. If you're an NFL fan, play for the Panthers.
Hey, two. Shout out to two. What's up? What's up, two? I ain't talked to you in a while, but what's up?
Just tag him. All right, we're trying to grow this thing, Chris. We need your help here. Dan can call me too. It'll be all right. We can talk about some things. All right. Last one. 50, 60, 70 years from now, when people think about Chris Jordan, what do you want to be remembered for?
Oh, my God. He absolutely, unequivocally loved God and loved his family, loved his children, and loved anybody that he came in contact with.
Yeah. You're a memorable person, for sure. I met you a couple times, like, I know Chris. He's always talking, and he's a hugger. I love it.
Hey, I am who I am.
It's kind of weird that we both, like, I'm looking forward to hugging you when I see you. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, a hug can change your life, man.
That's
it can definitely change your day.
It can. All right. 6 trivia questions. Now, we've been keeping up with this.
Ooh.
I think the scoreboard, I think Mr. DeMint's winning. I think he got 2 out of 6 right. That's it.
I don't even know if I'll get 1. You trivia. It depends on what direction you go.
I'm looking at it, I think you're going to get 1.
Okay.
But we'll see. All right. You strike me as somebody who might have played a little Super Mario Brothers.
I did.
Growing up. All right, you're going to get this one then. What's Luigi's profession?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, got him. Got him.
Was he a chef?
Oh, I got him. He was a plumber.
Oh, my God.
He's a plumber.
I never knew that. What was Mario's profession?
Think he was a plumber too. Think that's why they're the Mario. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google that.
So there goes my one.
No, that's not the one I thought you were gonna get. But okay,
right.
We'll get there. All right. You like spicy food?
Not really, but okay.
Hottest chili pepper. What's the hottest pepper in the world? What's it called?
Mm-hmm. I think the only pepper I know is a jalapeno.
I don't think that's in the same ballpark as the Carolina Reaper. If it's got Reaper in the name, Chris, don't eat it.
Hey,
get away from it.
Trust me, I won't.
Have you seen those videos where they have like the blue chip, like this fire chip?
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever do that to yourself?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I like a little spicy food, but we're not. If there's a pepper called Carolina Reaper, we're out.
Yeah, in the words of Randy Jackson, that's a no for me, dog.
Shout out to Randy Jackson. We ain't throwing it way back.
Yes.
Okay, you're a sports fan. I love the Olympics. What Olympic sport is played with brooms and stones?
Where are you getting these questions?
Hey, man, the internet's a great place. Brooms and stones.
Brooms and stones. I have no idea.
You never watched curling?
No.
Where they get there and they push the stone and the guy's going to the broom. They're trying to make it go as
that's
they got to make it.
That's a broom?
I guess, yeah. That's what it says. That's what Google told me.
The internet. So the internet also could have told you you're a Swedish model.
Well, it'd be right. No, I'm just kidding. Would not be right. Come on, Chris. The train has left the tracks. Okay. You ever been to the Grand Canyon?
I have not.
I've been there as a kid. I don't remember. But what river runs through the Grand Canyon? Do you know?
Am I over? This is my last question.
No, you got 2 more after this one.
Okay.
You got a shot still.
At
At least think about where it's at. I mean, get close.
I am geographically challenged.
Okay. Then you're probably don't know it's the Colorado River then.
I was going to say Columbia, and I don't even know if that's a river.
It is now. That's what the internet told you. All right.
I got to get one.
You're running out of chances, Chris. All right. How many eyes does a bee have? How many eyes does a bee have?
4.
You were very close, but it's 5.
Oh.
You forgot about the one in the middle, I guess. I don't know if there's 5. All right. This is the one you're going to get. The internet gave you a freebie here. In the Justice League. You're a superhero guy. Come on, man.
Yeah, not the Justice League.
All right. Okay, then you're going to go over. I don't know. Which superhero does Ben Affleck play?
So can you edit this part of the podcast?
No. Oh, no. You're going to be the first over, Chris. Come on, man.
Let's go with, I'm trying to think of who the Justice League. I'm an Avengers guy.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Is there a difference?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Justice League.
Okay, let me think. I'm going to give you a hint.
I need a hint.
Val Kilmer also played this one in a movie. I think Michael Keaton also played him in a movie, I think.
The Joker?
Ooh, close. You're very close. You want to go again? You're very close.
Is it in relation to the Joker?
Yes. And it's not the Penguin.
Is it the opposite person?
He has his own mobile.
Batman.
There you go. All right.
Yes.
Hey, look, we had to walk you way through there, but at least you got one. I couldn't let you have a 0, man.
Thank you. Listen, man, that's what it's all about. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It is. And, dude, listen, I was pumped about talking to you. And here's the truth. I don't know what the market is for this. We could probably sit down and do this once a week.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
We'd have to find some more content. Jonathan Cox, shout out to our boy Jonathan.
Right.
He always trying to get me to get him on here. Not happening. You could come on anytime you want to. He wants his own podcast. Never, by the way.
As long as he has the Cox chain on.
Don't encourage.
You got to let him have the Cox chain.
Don't encourage his bad behavior. Chris, man, it's been a blast. I'm glad you're here, man. I really am. I appreciate the impact you have on our kids.
I appreciate it, man.
And if you ever think you don't have an impact, even in a few months, you do.
Man,
and,
all glory to God, brother. I appreciate that. Happy to be here, man.
We're glad you're here. And we'll visit with you next time. And thanks for watching the Brook Hill Podcast.
Let's go.